because they couldn't deal with who he was now. They didn't understand that the man he left wasn't the man that came back. And that's a tough thing for siblings to learn to cope with, and moms and dads to learn to cope with. And then we started having children, and we were like, well, maybe we should try. And we started attending family events again, and I saw firsthand that they weren't comfortable with the man that Jim was anymore. He wasn't the little boy that they raised. He wasn't the man that they grew up with. And it took me taking each of them aside individually and telling them that it's difficult for him to be here. He loves you guys, but getting in the car and driving the hour to come and visit you was the hardest thing he did this week, because he knows that you're going to look at him and be confused or disappointed. And if you want us to keep coming and seeing you, you're going to have to cut that out. You're going to have to learn to get to know who he is now and accept who he is now, or we're just not going to visit anymore, because I can't put him through this every family holiday. I can't have him spending a week in bed when he gets home because you've sent him on a downward spiral, because you refuse to accept who he is now. You refuse to look at him the same way. You refuse to treat him like a member of the family anymore. You whisper around him and you talk behind his back, or don't say that in front of Jim because it might set him off.
With my family, his family actually lives in Montana. They're pretty understanding of his injuries. They were there throughout our whole hospital stay, so they're absolutely understanding of his injuries. My family too, we do see my family a little more, but you know, his injuries are obviously visible, and we still have the issues that some of those with invisible injuries have. We have to seclude ourselves from some family dinners because it's not accessible. He can't get his wheelchair in. We have that issue a lot. You know, we've learned to figure out, you know, beforehand when we go places what we need to be prepared for. And you know, us going from not preparing for anything before he was injured, now it's totally opposite. We prepare for everything when we go somewhere. And you know, sometimes it's hard doing that, but we can't enjoy ourselves in places unless we do prepare first. So, I mean, that's our biggest thing, is just to make sure that wherever we're going, whoever we're going to see, we're prepared for that.
And you develop a backbone very quickly. If something's going the way that you don't like, you stand up and you say, I'm not okay with that. This is what we're dealing with, and this is how you're going to fix it. And that's what we do.